I'm really excited to be back at Coached Sports Science Labs here in Singapore with Jim, who is not only my sports scientist, but also a strength and conditioning coach. Today, he is going to be showing me the best mobility and warm-up exercises to do for long runs. Let's go.
What we're going to do now is more about warming you up properly before a run, right? And considering we're going to do a strength session too, this also applies. Now, when it comes to running, there are a few muscle groups involved, as you can tell.
Yeah.
But what most runners can benefit from most is adding running drills as well as dynamic stretches. And that's the two things we're going to cover now. We're going to use this entire room to do the drills themselves, to focus on your form, and then we'll move into more of a dynamic stretch, okay?
Awesome.
I'm going to have you come down this end of the room first though. Just before where the sled is, you walk down here. I want you to face this way, and we're gonna knock out some drills. Now we're gonna start out nice and easy. Butt kicks, I'm sure you've heard of. All right then, so I want you to just do butt kicks down to the end and then just walk it back. Yeah, excellent. Right, now walk it back. So teaching points. When you run, do you run like this? Okay, good. So what I want you to do is bring the arms into the mix. And when you do this, you just keep your arms moving at the sides like you would normally when you run, okay? Off you go. That's a bit more normal. There we go. Wonderful. We're going to walk it back. Now, another teaching point. I want you to focus less on about moving forward. I want to get more repetitions as you move. So you can see how slow I'm going. I want you to do a few more before you reach the end of the turf, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, good. There we go. Wonderful, we're going to walk it back and do it one more time. Already looking much better.
I'm going to have to show these people in boot camp.
Big time, that's it. So keeping the head nice and level, we don't want to drop the chin. I know it's very tempting because when you do drills, you're worried about what you're doing and where you're landing. So just naturally keep that chin level when you do this, okay? That was excellent though, walk it back. Right, the next one, high knees. I'm sure you've done this before.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Same teaching points.
Yeah, same teaching points, but this time we're getting the knees up. Okay, walk it back. Right, so when it comes to high knees, the intention here is to focus not necessarily as much about getting the knees high. Yeah, we want to kind of get them to parallel, but it's actually more about the contact time with the ground. Yours was very slow, right? Left, right. I want to see you try go tap, tap, tap. So it's like minimizing the contact with the ground, okay? Away you go. Yeah, so we want to be as fast as we can at tapping the ground before we bring the knee up. Yeah, much nicer. You'll start to feel that they elevate the heart rate a bit more, right?
Yep.
Let's go again. We're going to do this 2 more times, 4 times per drill, okay? Same again, keep that head up, arms to the sides. Okay, walk it back. Now, when it comes to the arms, you're bringing them too far forward and up, okay? Because that's a bit of wasted energy. The momentum wants to come forward, so it's still okay to move them to the side, but not so much up, okay? So as you're doing this, tap, tap, tap. Okay, right then, walk it back, 2 down. Those are the easy ones. Now we're gonna get a little bit more difficult. Okay, have you heard of an A skip?
Don't know.
Okay. All right, so A skip is kind of a slight progression to the high knees. This one is all about making sure that we have that proprioceptiveness of left to right, okay? So it's going back 1 and 2 and it's all about that snap up before you bring the foot down and go the other side, okay? So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we just make sure we keep our head nice and high, okay? See if we can get this right.
I feel like I'm not doing it right.
No, it's okay. Just, it's always a bit gritty for the first one while people learn the movement. Okay, walk it back. That's not a bad start. Not a bad start. No, it's okay because we want to have that natural ankle hop, but we want to make sure that we get that up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay?
Try again.
Okay, walk it back. So the tempo changed halfway, but in a good way. You start to find the rhythm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So try go a little bit faster in the sense that not faster forwards, remember, it's more. Okay? Okay, good. Walk it back. It's getting better. I just need it a little bit faster.
I'm not a dancer.
It's okay, it's okay. Everyone starts out this way. But we're trying to, once again, balls at the feet as we go 1 and 2 and 1. Okay, walk it back. So we haven't got time to work on this too much, but the only thing I would say that you want to work on to make this better and perfect over time is it's more about the speed of your knee coming up. So it's a little slow on your one. I need it to get up as fast as possible without throwing off you transitioning into the other side, okay? The last one we'll do, or the last kind of two we'll do, is called scissors, where we're on the balls of our feet and we're keeping our legs straight as we move forward, but we're always on the balls of our feet. Chest up, slight forward lean. We're not doing the can, okay? We're gonna lean forward, tap, left, right. Head up. Yeah, good. Walk it back. Faster now with the feet. Yeah. And again, let's go. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, good. Some polishing. Don't keep the arms straight like a robot. Keep the elbows bent to the sides. Okay? Yeah. Fast. Good. Walk it back. I'm happy with that. We'll do 3 only, because now we're gonna go one step further, and this is a little bit more to do with the calves and warming up the lower muscle groups in the limbs here. What I want us to do is 1, 2, 1, 2. So we're doing 2 hops, and then we switch to the other side, okay? Good. So make that switch as fast as you can in the air. Okay, walk it back, good. Keep the arms slightly left. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, okay? And then just focus a tad more.
Coordination.
This is great, this is why we do this, right? But then focus a little bit more on the hop height as well. It's okay. Yeah, good. Yes, you're doing really well, actually. Most people struggle a little bit more than you. So we'll do it one more time, but this time I want you to just focus on 1, 2, 1, 2. So we're now going much higher with the ankle hops, okay? Still a fast switch though. Switch it faster in the air. Yeah, see, I knew that would throw you off, because when you start to think more about this, we forget about this, and then we start to get slow with the hops. But yeah, you keep the switch fast, but the ankle hops higher, okay? Yeah. Cool, I'm happy with that. So those drills are all about making sure that you warm up those muscle groups that you're of course about to use in the running, and making sure that we don't increase risk of injury, okay? But it's also good about that like running form that we need to maintain, okay? So every run you do, in fact, at least every run we prescribe people to do, we always add running drills in, okay? Cool. Next we're gonna do is dynamics. So just dynamic stretches. So you can come into the middle of the room for me now. Now I'm gonna test your balance with this. Some people like to hold on to something. Let's try without first. It's a simple forward leg swing. Just focus on getting that leg nice and high and have a slight swing back, but focus on trying to get it as high as you can. Don't add any resistance, kind of just let it swing normally. This is all about warming up the hips. That's it, and get those arms involved too. Good. Now keep the core tight with this. Keep the chest upright, shoulders back. Very good. And switch sides. How's the other side?
Yeah, there's always one side.
That's it, always keep that chest nice and tall and core nice and tight. Nice. Nice. 3, 4, 5, all the way to 10. Try not to lean forward too much. Don't worry so much about the backswing, it's more about the swing upwards. And 10, good, switch again. This time, try to go a little higher in front of you, okay? Because this is gonna help to warm up the hamstrings. Good, core tight, nice. And switch, good. One more time. That's okay, reset, go again. Yeah, very good. 8, 9, 10. Excellent, right, stand nice and still, feet hip width apart. Now, we're going out to the side. Okay, so we're not crossing over the midline, don't worry so much about that. Just bring it back to the foot that we're standing on as we swing out to the side. Now as far as hands, you can keep them in front of you. But think about how you can get that leg as high as possible. Try not to lean over too much when we do this. Try to stay relatively upright, but we want to feel that pinch in the side of our hip, yeah? This one burns.
Just stood in front of where I was staring.
Throws your balance off. Excellent, and good. Other side. Should ask you to do this and close your eyes, see if you can manage it or not. 4, 5, 6, that's it, stand upright still. 7, 8, 9, one more. Switch again, 2 times always, okay? Keep it to the side, 2, good. 3, this is almost an exercise in itself. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more. 10, good. All right, and now one more time on the other side. Good, 6, keep that chest up. 7, 8, 9, careful, and 10, good. Now just for reference, by the way, there's nothing to say that when you're outside and you want that extra support that you could just hold on to something and have a slight forward lean and just cross over the midline, that's okay. It's a bit more fluid for you. You just gotta make sure that everything from the torso upwards is nice and secure and tight, and we've got it locked in place so that when we focus mostly on just warming these hips up, the IT band hip flexors, okay?
Yeah.
Last one.
The physio told me to do, hold on, forwards and sides.
There you go. So the holding on part as a runner is a little bit cheating the system. It's okay when you're new to it, and if you really have bad stability, by all means do so, because it helps you to build up from there. But as a runner, I would encourage you to try to work on finding your way to stabilize without the need for assistance, okay? Then the last one, opening the gates. You might have heard of this as well, where we're from the standing position with right leg, up and over, tap, and back, and we just alternate.
Standing or walking?
Standing. Well, so these 3 in particular are all about warming up the hips.
Yeah.
When we run, as I'm sure you're aware, the hip flexors typically get fatigued the most, and we want to make sure that these are properly loosened up before we get into any serious runs. Speed runs, long runs, any of these kinds of runs can benefit from this. And the reason why it's dynamic and not static, because there's a difference, is it allows for that natural blood flow and increase in elasticity. If I just did a static, meaning I stay still and isolate a particular muscle, that can increase risk of injury when you're cold, okay? We save those for afterwards, when we're fully warmed up, okay? Feel good? All right then, so those are your dynamics, and there's a taste of drills, but there are a whole plethora of different drills you can choose from to help working on your running form. But form in particular is something that no one has perfect, at least initially. So doing these drills consistently will naturally help build towards that, okay? Now when it comes to having a strong posture, what we're mainly looking for is having strong glutes, core, and an upper back, because when it comes to then transitioning into running, it's these muscle groups that allow that form to remain consistent. When we get tired, these muscles break down, and I'm sure you've seen, people tend to drop their head, shoulders roll forward, hips sit back, and we start to just shuffle, which we want to avoid. So leading into strength training, those are the muscle groups that should be prioritized. Adjacent to that, it then just takes it one step further by looking at correcting for muscular imbalances, because typically we all sit down too much, we're always on our phones, we're not using these natural postural muscles, and so they get neglected and they get weak. And then we decide we want to run a marathon one day, and then problems arise. So The exercises that we're going to do today is actually going to be focused a lot around making sure that we target those areas so that when you do your long runs and certainly race, you'll be fine.
Awesome.
All right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Get some water.
Yeah.
Oh, that warm-up was like a workout in its own right. It was great. I can't wait to start putting it into practice, pre-runs and pre-strength sessions. Thank you as always, Jim. I always love coming in here. I learn so much from you. I will link down to Coach below. I'll also link to the metabolic test, the lactate test, the sweat test. And if you'd like to follow my journey for the Paris Marathon, please subscribe below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.